Good evening, I'm Stephanie Rule, and this is Bouncing Back. We all know that businesses across America have taken a beating because of this pandemic. From widespread closures in the spring to lack of funding to potentially more closures on the horizon. But not all hope is lost. Throughout this time, some small businesses have figured out how to survive and even thrive. Since May, I've been working with Janine Cook, a Philadelphia-based bookseller, as she navigates how to grow her new business and handle a pandemic all at the same time. Here's Janine's story. Across the country, economic uncertainty, the coronavirus pandemic putting America on pause. Millions laid off, furloughed, or struggling to keep their businesses alive, their financial futures at risk. People like Janine Cook, a bookshop owner in Philadelphia, fighting to keep her small business going after opening just before the crisis hit. For the last 6 months, I've been working with Janine to figure out how to navigate this new normal, rebuild, and find a path to financial recovery. This is Harriet's Bookshop in Philadelphia. 36-year-old Janine Cook built this business from scratch, hoping to create a space where the community could celebrate female authors, artists, and activists.
You know, it was a big deal, like a woman my age, a woman in my position, a single mother was starting a business that I believe has been, necessary and missing from our community.
But this wasn't her first try at becoming a small business owner.
I had a building probably about 4 or 5 blocks down from where I am now. I mean, the day before we were going to announce that renovations were over, there was a fire in that space, and it took me a good minute to recover.
She finally opened her doors in the new space this February.
We had an amazing opening, right? Like many people throughout the city came. People came from Jersey, Delaware.
But the shop's success was short-lived. Just 6 weeks later, Janine had to close her doors like millions of other businesses across the country. Have you been able to go on to convert your business online? Are you doing anything virtually?
Yeah, through our website, you can get to the collection, you can purchase books. And the distributors are shipping the books directly from the distributorship.
And she's been forced to get creative.
We've been doing sidewalk sales and we've been doing contactless pickup in addition to shipping orders.
But it hasn't been easy.
Somebody just messaged me saying they want a full refund because their books never came or whatever. And I know that they were shipped.
Despite the struggle, she made time to give back in the middle of this crisis, starting a program called Essentials for Essentials, which lets customers buy books for local healthcare workers.
We were able to get a whole lot of essential workers' books and got a lot of thank yous and built some relationships, and that's what, we're here for.
But that didn't stop the bills from piling up. Rent, internet, paying back book vendors, and government assistance was difficult to secure.
I'm a new business, so the PPP doesn't really apply to us, right? I don't have any employees, so it doesn't really apply to me. I did get that one grant from the city that will cover 1 month's rent.
Are you opening all the bills that you have right now, or are you avoiding them?
Oh, I'm not looking at bills. I don't want to look at that. I can't.
The last thing we want is for this business to go away. But you know what I don't want more than that? I don't want you to lose your business, and I don't want you to lose your personal security. You are a female African-American run business. There are programs out there for you. We just have to find them.
I feel embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why don't you know this? I don't know. Where was I supposed to learn it?
But here's the thing. It's okay if you don't know. This is your business. And right now we're in survival. And it's also your family. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there are more creditors out there giving relief right now than ever before in your and my lifetime. So I gave her some homework. With some simple steps, I'll help Janine get back on track. But listen closely. These can help your personal finances at home too. Take stock in every bill. I want you in the next week, in the next day, when you go home tonight, I want you to open every single piece of mail you have, every bill, it's there.
Okay.
And I want you to create two piles, personal and work. Ask for help. I want you to just call everyone you owe and say, here's my situation. Are you offering any relief? Can I pay a lower minimum? Can I have an extension? And just see what they say. We're going to start to take those bills and prioritize what we pay first. Get personal. Every customer you've had, every person whose interest I want you to get their email addresses, and you need to have a distribution list for the store.
Okay.
And I want you to start Instagram Live with Janine from Harriet's Books, Thursdays at 5 o'clock. This Thursday, you're going to be sharing your story and your favorite story.
Okay.
People trust relationships more than they trust information. Give us the opportunity to have a relationship with you. Customers will come to you. They will care about you.
And I think, the people that we've met so far have definitely shown us lots of love. But I think that, being a little voice in a big city, it's not as easy to get it all out there. But, this is a way to do so. So I'm going to do it.
Let's become a bigger voice.
Clearly, Janine had some work to do. She had the ideas and the drive, but she needed a hand with logistics, especially keeping up with her bills. So after a few weeks, I headed to Philly for an in-person update.
When you and I last spoke, I pushed you. I said, you've got to up your Instagram game, your social media game.
Yeah.
And now this week, look at people like Usher tagging your bookshop.
I think we've had an increase of, it's like 15,000 new followers in the last 3 days.
And you did your first Instagram Live book reading.
Yep.
How did it go?
It went amazing.
I'm about to go live in about 5 minutes. I am not excited about that, actually. I'm actually a little bit terrified.
We gave away 3, so I invested 3. We ended up selling, 100, right?
Get out.
No, really. And so I called.
You gave away 3 and you sold 100?
Kylie Reed, who's the author of Such a Fun Age, which is the book we were giving away, she ended up coming on the live, which we had no idea. We didn't plan that or anything. She ended up doing another giveaway, and she bought those books for her giveaway through Harriet's Bookshop.
This is absolutely extraordinary. I met Janine of Harriet's Books just a few weeks ago, and when I met her, it was really a tragic story. A female entrepreneur starting this bookstore in the name of Harriet Tubman, and now in the last 2 weeks since the death of George Floyd, ironically, her business has exploded.
How is it affecting business? The funny thing about that is that, ironically, more people than I've ever had are buying books.
While the protests were largely peaceful, there were a few instances of looting. But that didn't stop Janine. She believed in her community.
Everybody's businesses are boarded up. I didn't even think to do that. I think I'm gonna be all right. So that's why I didn't even think about boarding up. Hey, and so, yeah, we here.
Inspired by the movement, Janine wanted to get her books into the hands of protesters.
I think it's the important thing to do for us to show respect, to pay homage. Free books! I know that it also has the ability to have major impact on lives if people have knowledge and information and understanding.
She traveled to Minneapolis.
I might take a financial hit by doing this, but I feel like I really want to get out to Minneapolis and get some books out to folks, and books around organizing, around like the next steps.
And Louisville.
While there's unrest, while there's unease, I want people to know that our ancestors have already laid some of the groundwork for how to do social justice work.
And the amazing part about Janine is she is a vehicle to do that. What she's not yet is a business person. More than anything, she's an educator, she's an activist, and we're going to figure out how to make her a profitable one.
From leaving the bookshop closed days at a time to giving away books, I checked in with Janine when she got home to see how business was going.
Actually, the books that we took down to Louisville, we had to get from other local bookstores because we were completely sold out.
But then where'd you get
am I about to get in trouble?
You are going to get in trouble from this. Where'd you get the money to buy those books? You had to pay retail for them.
I did. We did. We had to. We had to, Stephanie. We had to.
Going to Louisville is important. It's important for you personally. It's important for your brand. But you have to remember, you are going to be your most impactful as the extraordinary businesswoman that you are.
Yes.
Right?
True.
I wanted to make sure Janine kept her business goals in mind.
I know we still haven't talked about your bills and your loans, and I'm not going to make you today. Listen to me.
Okay.
Right? I need you to focus on building this business.
And it's not as simple as running one location.
It feels like I'm running 3 businesses, right? It feels like I have an online business. It feels like I have a bookshop. And then it feels like I have this curbside thing.
And her sidewalk sales were a hit.
Janine right here of Harriet's Bookshop doing the daggone thing right here.
She's always growing as a businesswoman.
I also learned about how to do postage from the shop, so that's dope. That helps a whole lot, because we was standing in lines and we was like trying to hustle from post office to see which post office would let us drop off the most bags or whatever, and now it's like, bam, we could just do it from the bookshop.
And with that comes big wins.
Okay, you have good news for me though. Tell me about the Merchant Fund grant.
So I applied for a grant from the Merchant Fund, which we did receive for $5,000, and a grant from the Fishtown Business Development Association, which we also received, which was for $1,000. So that allows us to be able to expand the space from 500 square feet to 1,000. We get to, we're renovating our basement, and it'll make it so that we can socially distance in here.
To keep her on track, I gave her another homework assignment with some simple tips. First, show people you care.
I need you to focus on building this business, okay?
Okay.
For every person who's Venmo'd you, who reached out, show those customers you care about them, you support them. You do not want them to be one-time customers who came to the store because Black Lives Matter is having a moment. We want them to be return customers.
Next, keep doing Instagram Lives.
Commit that you're going to do every Thursday at 5 o'clock your Instagram Live. And if you can't get an author, I want you to do it yourself.
I only did the first one. The first one was so super successul. I haven't done it again. Okay.
The first one was such a success, I decided to stop doing it. So I went on a date with a guy who was so amazing and so hot, I decided to never call him again. Let's go with the opposite. The first one was such a success, and especially if you're in Louisville, if you're in Minneapolis, do it where, that's the beauty of Instagram Live. Do it wherever you are.
Next, send out emails at least once a week.
You should just be sending a mass email to whoever's on the distribution. Hey, it's Monday. Here's a book I love right now, and here's how you can purchase it from me, right? And then in a few days, you can say, really good news for Harriet's Bookshop. We just got this grant. I'm so appreciative. Keep your eyes peeled.
Next up, keep applying for more financial aid.
Scour every possible grant that's out there, and I want you to apply for them. The answer is, let's figure out how to make them yeses.
And finally, hold your business partners accountable.
I want you to call your distributor and give them a little bit of hell that you didn't have books before you went to Louisville, and say, I'm helping you. Let's get this in order. If you wanted to just be shy, you could have been a librarian, like Mom.
Right.
But you didn't want to be a librarian. You are an activist, you're a leader, and you're a businesswoman. Okay?
I'm getting there. Yeah.
I know you are. And we're doing it together. Janine, I am proud of you. I'm happy for you. And I know this Thursday, meaning tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I'm going to be logged in.
Okay.
And I want to see you there.
I'll be there.
All right, then I will see you tomorrow at 5.
Things have been tough for businesses over the last several months. According to data from Yelp, over 97,000 businesses have shut permanently. And for those who have survived, it has been no small feat. Right now, people are looking to help small businesses. So if you run one, this is the moment to capitalize on that. Finding free or low-cost tools can make all the difference. Use social media and newsletters and do your homework. Apply for every possible loan, grant, and funding that could be available. Staying true to your brand and your financial goals can help you stand out and withstand the test of this crisis. After working with Janine Cook, owner of Harriet's Bookshop in Philly, for the last 6 months, I'm going to tell you we made some serious progress in helping take this great idea from the heart and turning it into a real business with a heartbeat.
Harriet's Bookshop was featured on Oprah's Book Club Instagram.
I don't do great at homework, but I'm great at the extra credit. I've been doing my lives more consistently. We've done our live with like New York Times best-selling authors now, so it's good. I'm doing what I'm doing.
She's no longer losing money on book giveaways.
I still give away some books, but those are books that are being donated to us, so that works a lot better than me buying them retail.
Putting grant money into expanding her space.
I really love renovations. I don't know what other people, I know it's messy, it's loud, but it's so gratifying.
We started renovations on the basement, and once that's completely finished, we can somewhat reopen.
It's exciting that we'll be able to, have a space where we can socially distance.
I will continue to do the sidewalk sales. It's kind of, created a presence for us in the community as well.
So I jumped straight into her homework.
Listen, you made a choice that you wanted to become a businesswoman, and we're going to make you one.
Use Instagram to drive sales.
Every week, let's pick a book and try to sell it to your followers. Do an Instagram story. You could do one every day. Here's my book of the day. Here's why I like it. Here's how you order it from me.
Okay.
Right? You've got the attention. We want to convert that into some traction as far as ongoing customers.
Get all the help you can.
You are going to call 3 colleges in Philadelphia and say, here's who I am. I run a small business. I am looking for an accounting intern, unpaid internship. I need somebody to help us get our finances in order. And I just want you to...
Temple University reached out. Their advertising students are taking us on as their client. I was like, okay, sure, come through.
Free help is better than no help, right? So keep it simple. When this college is going to have you as their client, so you say, I want one job from you. A team is going to be assigned to you. You're their client and say, I need an inventory management system. Because we need to start tracking your sales.
Focus on your personal finance.
Open all the envelopes, because there could be lots of bills that are due that you can just pick up the phone and say, I need more time. But unless you ask for it, you're racking up late fees and interest, and I want to get you away from that.
When I followed up with Janine a month later, we had a lot to catch up on.
Look at all those books behind you.
We are growing, like literally right in front of your eyes.
How did this happen? I mean, in the last 15 weeks, you've had issues with the publisher. They can't get books to you. What changed?
We've been consistent. We've been pushing. And there was a Wall Street Journal article that came out and we were mentioned.
That wasn't the only publicity she's been getting.
Oprah Magazine, best Black-owned bookstores in the country. And when you go to the map of the Mid-Atlantic, there in Philadelphia is you.
Yeah, it's huge.
Business continued to grow with new help around the shop.
If you remember a few weeks back, you said, Janine, get each of those interns, assign them a job. One of the interns, I asked her, figure this out. How does this work? And she took it to the whole next level. And we have a great system now in place from a high school senior, so.
Stop it. And now that high school senior has put your inventory system in place.
Using new platforms.
And we have audiobooks now on Libro.fm, so that's great.
I did see a TikTok. I saw some sort of
did you see that TikTok? Listen, those are our interns who have been at me about TikTok. And they went and they did their own little TikTok video out there. Highest viewed video we've ever posted. For any folks that might watch this, I just want them to know, let the young people do their thing. And they've been really essential in a lot of ways that things move in here.
And wrapping up on renovations.
We closed down for the last few days, just so that we can get renovations going, so that we can create a socially distant, as much as possible, location.
But there are still worries.
I want to reopen. I want to reopen safely. I don't want us to reopen and then have to shut down again. And there's a lot of pressure around who to partner with and really having discernment about what that looks like moving forward.
Right? This is a business and it's a mission-based business and you're true to your mission and your message, but you're also there to make money. So you have to find somewhat of a balance.
I wanted to remind Janine how far she's come.
Think about where you were in March and where you are today.
I think I've sent you a few crying videos of I don't know if this makes sense to do what we were thinking we wanted to do at the time. And so it's a big difference, a huge difference. So it's raining. We just brought everything in because we just, keep adjusting to whatever gets thrown our way.
And of course, the bills.
Right now, are you opening any of your bills at home? It's okay if you're not, just are you even looking at them?
No, I opened something and I was like, oh, this is not it.
If you want to do something bigger and better and greater next, that is going to be a sponsorship, a partnership that somebody else foots the bill for.
Okay.
And if you're not emotionally prepared yet to address your debts, then I just want you to not take on another one. This year needs to be dedicated to having a track record of making money. Everybody's excited about you. But if you're going to get yourself a business loan, you're going to have to prove a business track record. And I really feel this way, because people are so jacked up on you, how are you doing with merchandise?
Better than the books.
And Janine continues to do what she does best, bringing the community together.
You're not a brick and mortar store. You're brick and mortar and heart. People are connecting with you because of the heart.
We had a 6-piece band that came and played on the sidewalk while people did their grab-and-go sidewalk sale shopping. And it was absolutely beautiful. And I kept saying to people, I'm like, even though we can't stand together, we can still stand together, right? And that's been a good experience for me to realize that I am many things, but there are these self-imposed boxes that I've put myself into. And that's the same for business, right? And thinking, well, I'm this, so I can't be out here having a successful business. And how does that look in the face of activism? And we have to build institutions. If you don't like the ways in which institutional racism has affected other institutions, then we need to build our own.
Staying true to your values and business does not go unrecognized.
The Philadelphia Orchestra reached out to us, and I know, big, huge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
little something. And so we've decided we're going to reopen with the Philadelphia Orchestra.
And in mid-October, Janine officially reopened her bookshop.
Love! Respect! All right, Janine, I am so proud of you.
Thank you for everything. I really appreciate, you walking through this with me. I can't believe so much time has gone by already.
This is just the beginning. You know this, right?
Okay. Yeah. And I'll be texting you.
Better.
All right.
I'm really proud of you. I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do.
Joining me now, the founder of Harriet's Books, the woman of the hour, Janine Cook. Janine, it is always good to see you. You and I have spent a lot of time together over the last few months, and we've seen your business get back on its feet and start to grow. But tell me what it's been like the last 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, so we've reopened officially, and we've had the orchestra come through. We've had Isabel Wilkerson, the author of Cast, stop by. We've had, the amazingness that happens here, there's been no shortage.
A lot of magic is happening in the shop, but how about a lot of business? Talk to me about sales, because the holiday season, I know you're like, I don't want to talk about numbers, but guess what? This is not a creative project. This is a business endeavor. Let's talk about sales, because holiday sales are hugely important. Do you think you're going to meet your targets?
I think that we will. I think that we had very low projections because we just didn't know. We thought, this was our first year, we're in a corner. But the community has really wrapped their arms around us. And there's been a huge Buy Black campaign in Philadelphia, and there's been a huge book surge. And so we're hoping that those things meet at the right moment and folks will come down to Harriet's Bookshop to get those books.
One thing that had helped you a lot were these outside sidewalk sales. Here we are, some of the coldest months ahead of us. Do you think you can meet the demand, the interest in your shop without people being able to come and buy things?
Yeah, so it's really difficult. What we did was we opened up the backyard, which is an outdoor bookstore, basically. We still take things out into the front, and we're just meeting people where they are, right? And so if folks want us to hand them books through leave books outside for them to come pick up, we do that. We've been figuring out as many ways as possible to meet people with the need that they have.
Here's a question I know you don't want to answer.
Is it about bills?
Yes. These experiences you're offering, whether it's the orchestra or notable authors, and you're bringing the community together. I know you love these events, but are you charging people to come to them?
Okay, so Steph, not quite yet. It's a weird place because folks need this more than ever. They need opportunities to be a part of something. And the fact that we're supplying that, it's really difficult for me to charge for that. And so I have not figured out exactly how to do that.
Then I want you to just think about this though, Janine. As important as this is for the community, think about what it will be like if you can't make rent and you can't offer them anything. So tell me, what is your biggest takeaway from this bouncing back experience, you and me, besides the fact that you want to delete my number from your phone?
No, I will never delete your number from my phone. I appreciate having somebody who is tough and shows me some tough love. And I think that the thing that we've really utilized a lot is social media. I think we were underutilizing that platform. We sent out a newsletter this past weekend, and it made so many folks come into the bookshop. It made so many folks send us responses and just saying, sending us love and making sure we're on the right track. And so you've been really, really right about being in communication more with the folks that love us.
Do you think you're a better businesswoman today than you were when you opened up in February?
I think I'm trying. I'm trying.
Listen,
I'm trying. I really am. I think it's important to have had mentorship because I was moving in a direction that wasn't really business.
Well, my friend, as long as you are trying and you're moving in the right direction, that is all we can ask. I want to congratulate you for completing this task, for leading this business at a time when America needs it most. Definitely Philly does. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you. We're honored to do this work. I couldn't imagine doing anything else at this point.
All right, I am sending you and your family, especially your mother, love on this Thanksgiving evening.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'll see you soon. Janine Cook, founder of Harriet's Bookshop in Fishtown, Philly. It is never an easy time to be a small business owner in America, especially not in the middle of a pandemic. But with some hard work, determination, and getting help wherever you can, Janine and thousands of other businesses across this country are rising to the challenge. I want to thank you for joining us on this Bouncing Back special and for caring so much about the heart and soul of small business in our country. Thank you for watching and have a great Thanksgiving evening.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.